NBA players are some of the highest paid athletes in the world. And in this video, you'll discover the richest of the richest. These players are truly balling out of control. Here are the 15 richest NBA players of all time. Steph Curry is widely regarded as the greatest shooter in NBA history. And this four-time NBA champion has an enormous net worth of $160 million. A two-time MVP, Curry made history in 2017 when he signed the NBA's first $200 million contract.
A two-time MVP, maybe the greatest shooter in this game, will remain with the Warriors for the next 5 seasons. Steph Curry gets $201 million.
He then cemented his financial legacy 4 years later when he re-signed with the Warriors for an incredible $215 million 4-year extension.
We got some breaking news, though, of course. Just as we were coming on the air, Adrian Wojnarowski reporting Steph Curry has agreed to a 4-year, $215 million extension with the Warriors. This deal would make Steph the first player ever to have two $200 million plus contracts in a career.
In November 2020, Under Armour announced the launch of the Curry brand. And there have been reports that Curry may soon sign a lifetime deal that could ultimately make him a billionaire.
Building something from scratch, taking a chance to put my fingerprint on a brand from the ground up and have a company that was going to kind of invest behind me, that was a huge opportunity.
Next up, we have one of the most prolific scorers in the league, James Harden, who has produced a gargantuan $165 million fortune, a 3-time scoring champ, and the 2018 MVP. Harden first honed his skills in OKC, but eventually he got tired of being a sidekick and decided to take his talents to Houston for a huge payday, before eventually leaving for Brooklyn. And then, just 1 year later, he was traded to the 76ers.
I'm just happy and blessed that I'm here, and as Doc and everybody knows and everybody wants is to win and be the last team standing. So I'm excited for the opportunity.
Off the court, Adidas signed the Beard to a 13-year deal worth as much as $200 million. Then we have Dwayne Wade coming in with a big-time net worth of $175 million. D-Wade is a 3-time NBA champion, as well as the 2009 scoring champ. After winning his first ring in 2006, along with the Finals MVP award, Wade developed a reputation as one of the league's premier clutch players. This earned him almost $200 million in salary, plus plenty of endorsement deals, including with Nike's Jordan brand, before signing a lifetime deal with the Chinese sneaker brand, Li Ning.
Definitely leaving the Jordan brand for me. I'm a kid, grew up in Chicago, idolizing Michael Jordan, so that was definitely a tough decision to make. But from a brand perspective and trying to be a businessman, trying to make the right decisions, and I knew definitely that I wanted to own my own logo.
Russell Westbrook may have 3 less rings than D-Wade, but he still controls a vast net worth of $200 million. A 2-time scoring champ and the 2017 MVP.
First and foremost, man, thank you to the man above. Without his blessing, without his honor, I wouldn't be standing here today. So thank him. I'm very, very blessed to be in the position I am today. So I'm very, very appreciative of that.
Westbrook made history as the first player to average a triple-double for 3 consecutive seasons. This earned him some serious money in Oklahoma City. But in 2019, he was traded to the Rockets, then the Wizards, and then the Lakers. And just recently, he was traded yet again to the Clippers. In 2017, Westbrook extended his deal with Nike's Jordan brand for another 10 years. And in 2018, he was given his first signature sneaker. Westbrook's old teammate Kevin Durant is holding it down with the humongous $210 million fortune. The Slim Reaper was drafted out of Texas before spending 9 years in OKC, where he helped revive the franchise and made the previously dismal Thunder a championship contender.
I love basketball so much. I love playing it. I just never thought that I could make it to college, NBA, or stand up here today in front of you guys and be an NBA MVP. It's just a surreal feeling.
Durant became a Warrior in 2016, And this led to 2 rings, with Durant winning the Finals MVP award 2 years in a row. Durant then joined the Nets in 2019, signing a $164 million contract. Before leaving for Phoenix in 2023, KD is also a savvy investor, as he's invested in more than 80 companies through his firm, 35 Ventures. Next, we have David Robinson, with a net worth of $230 million. The Admiral, who spent his entire career with the San Antonio Spurs, was a perennial all-star, including winning 2 championships. After his career ended, Robinson launched 2 private equity firms, including Admiral Capital, which has acquired over $350 million worth of real estate.
People are drawn now to, fairly safe suburban multifamily, and that's where we focused for the last 10 years. So we're in a good position to sell right now.
Robinson once said, "Dream big. At least you will have the joy of reaching for the stars instead of living in a box filled with unopened gifts." Grant Hill is another class act, and this former Duke standout has a net worth of $250 million. Hill, who was a 7-time NBA All-Star, played for the Pistons, the Magic, the Suns, and the Clippers. Although he fell short of winning an NBA championship, Hill earned 9 figures in salary, plus another 9 figures in endorsement deals from the likes of Sprite, McDonald's, and Tag Heuer.
You see, the game, it teaches you about life, about commitment, perseverance, coexisting with others, handling success, dealing with failure. It will challenge you. It will encourage you. And if you're lucky, it will reward you too.
Let's keep it moving with Hakeem Olajuwon. This 2-time NBA champion and Hall of Famer has a net worth of $300 million. Born in Nigeria, Olajuwon traveled to the United States to attend the University of Houston, where he led his team to 3 trips to the Final Four. Olajuwon was then drafted with the #1 overall pick by the Houston Rockets in the 1984 draft. The Dream ultimately won 2 back-to-back championships in 1994 and 1995. Hakeem also invested heavily in the red-hot Houston real estate market, which helped him create an enormous fortune.
The city of Houston has embraced me. That's home. And I'm very blessed to be in Houston.
Vinnie Johnson is someone you may not have expected to see in this video. But despite earning only $5 million during his NBA career, Johnson now has a jaw-dropping net worth of $400 million. A member of the original Pistons Bad Boy squad, Johnson was nicknamed the Microwave for his ability to get hot quickly, and he played a pivotal role in helping the Pistons win back-to-back NBA championships in 1989 and 1990. After he retired, Johnson founded an automotive parts company, aptly named the Piston Group. His company quickly became one of the leading suppliers to Ford, GM, and other major automobile companies. And this former bad boy has generated billions of dollars in revenue. At number 6, we have Shaquille O'Neal, the 7'1" phenomenon, who took the NBA by storm in 1992 with the Orlando Magic, destroying backboards and striking fear into the hearts of defenders. Shaq Diesel had a legendary career that included 4 NBA championships and 3 Finals MVPs. He now has a massive net worth of $425 million. During his career, Shaq was paid approximately $300 million in salary. And then there were the endorsement deals. Lots and lots of endorsement deals. Burger King, Oreos, Wheaties, Spalding, Pepsi, Icy Hot, Buick, Gold Bond, and the list goes on. This astute investor and entrepreneur also owns 150 car washes, 40 Auntie Anne's, and 40 fitness franchises, in addition to his real estate holdings.
Educate yourself. Now, when I say educate yourself, it ain't about going to school, getting a degree. Because I learned about business not from college. I learned about business from a book called The Dummy's Guide to Starting Your Own Business. And the first thing I did was incorporate my family. First thing I did is take the cell phones out the personal name and put them in the business name so we can get some of that money back.
If you're like most people, then you probably never heard of Junior Bridgman. But this former Milwaukee Bucks player has built a gigantic $600 million net worth. Bridgman had a successful NBA career, but It wasn't until after his playing time ended that his wealth exploded. He invested his NBA earnings into franchise businesses, ultimately acquiring 120 Wendy's restaurants and 118 Chili's restaurants. At its peak, his company Bridgman Foods employed over 11,000 people and generated over $530 million in annual revenue. Bridgman sold his company and cashed out for a huge payday back in 2016.
Be the best at what you're doing, which is the best, whether it's selling hamburgers or chicken or whatever it is. And you want to make opportunities for people to better their lives. It's amazing how much success you can have if you just kind of follow those two parameters.
Then, in 2017, Bridgman became a bottler for the Coca-Cola Company, which was another smart move that has paid off big time for this former Bucks baller. 3 years later, 2020 turned out to be one of the worst years in recent memory, especially January 26th, when the legendary Kobe Bryant left this earth. At the time of his passing, this 5-time champion and 2-time Finals MVP had a staggering $600 million net worth. Kobe not only made hundreds of millions from salary and endorsements, he also made extremely wise investments, including $6 million in the Body Armor drink, which later turned into $200 million when Body Armor was acquired by Coca-Cola.
But we have to constantly learn. I mean, that's why our mantra is value growth, because to grow, you have to constantly learn. You have to constantly move, constantly improve. I mean, that's the key. That's what makes life fun, I think.
Kobe also launched his own animation studio with the intention of creating stories that would inspire children to dream. If his life wasn't tragically cut short, this likely would have made the Black Mamba a billionaire. Another Lakers icon, Earvin Magic Johnson, has accumulated a mega magical net worth of $620 million. Johnson is a 5-time NBA champion, as well as a 3-time MVP. Johnson leveraged his NBA earnings into several strategic business investments, including a huge portfolio of Starbucks locations that he sold in 2010.
I'm a bold guy, so I went up to Seattle and knocked on a guy's door named Howard Schultz, Chairman and CEO of Starbucks. And I said, Howard Schultz, minorities, we like coffee too.
Magic is also a part owner of 3 Los Angeles sports franchises, including the Dodgers, the Sparks, and the MLS Football Club. Every time you see Magic on television, his smile is beaming ear to ear, because this guy flat out knows how to win. And yet, another Laker. James recently became the NBA's 2nd billionaire player and 1st ever billionaire still active in the league. The King currently has a net worth of $1.2 billion.
I'm always in my head about stashing and like keeping my money sacred and to myself, because I didn't know when my uncle was gonna give me another $1 here or another 50 cent here. So I've always kind of had that closure about my finances and things of that nature.
James is an 18-time All-Star and 4-time NBA champion. This has led him to consistently being one of the top paid players in the league. James has also earned an estimated $900 million from endorsements and various business ventures, including Nike and Blaze Pizza. Not to mention, he also owns another $80 million worth of real estate.
Best business / financial decision you made? It could be
it's signing with Nike and getting down with Beats.
And then there was one. The 6-time NBA champion who is widely recognized as the best NBA player of all time. Michael Jordan was the first to surpass the $1 billion net worth mark.
Michael Jordan is the first U.S. professional athlete to become a billionaire.
And now, MJ's more than double that number with an astounding $2.2 billion net worth. NBA players in the 80s and early 90s weren't paid nearly as much as they are today. But the bulk of Jordan earnings came from endorsement deals with high-profile companies, including Nike, Coca-Cola, McDonald's, Hanes, Chevrolet, and Gatorade. Everyone wanted to be like Mike, and every company wanted him as the face of their brand.
What I did on the basketball court, my dedication to the game led to all this other stuff. Believe me, if I was averaging 2 points 3 rebounds, I wouldn't have signed anything with anybody.
Jordan is also the majority shareholder of the Charlotte Hornets. And as of late, there have been reports that Jordan may be interested in selling, which will likely make him even richer. And Jordan isn't just the richest NBA player of all time. He's also one of the most disrespectful. Yeah, for real. Check out this video right here, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Go ahead and click the image appearing on your screen, and you can watch it completely free. What are you waiting for, boss? Go ahead and click it.